Hello everyone, it's HaruinKorea and welcome to my channel. So I just want to make like a quick life update for my channel, even though many of the people who watch this are my mom and my dad. Shout out to them. And my I was gonna say my sisters, but they don't even watch my channel, so yay! But yeah, I want to make a quick life update. Since the last time I have been regularly making YouTube videos was back in the spring of 2016 when I was a college student at Yonsei University. But now it's fall of 2017 and a lot has happened in that time period. I went through all the stresses of my last year of college, somehow managed to graduate, somehow managed to get, oh, there's my third finger, it's not staying. Somehow managed to get all of my paperwork together to apply to be a teacher in Korea, and it finally happened. I graduated in May of 2017 and I finally got a job in September of 2017. So, okay, so as of right now, I am a teacher in a city called Sejong-si, or Sejong City. And a lot of people, I'm sure, have no clue where that's at. It's a newer city, like, not much here to be honest, but to put it on the map in Korea, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to the train station. And from the train station, I take a KTX train to Seoul. So it takes me 20 minutes to get to the station and about 45 minutes to get to Seoul. So to put that in a timeline for you guys, it takes me about an hour, 5 minutes-ish to get to Seoul. So it's not that bad. Like my request for when I was applying to teach was I wanted to be within an hour of Seoul, and I got it. So yeah, I was extremely excited about that. Next, I teach at a school called Poly School. And it's spelled P-O-L-Y in English, so I always say Poly School. But when I first got here, like my director dropped me off at my apartment and I asked him in Korean, I was like, so how far is my apartment to Poly School? And he looked at me, he's like, Poly School? And I was like, yeah, Poly School, from here to Poly, how far is it? And he kept asking me like, what is Poly, what is Poly? And I'm like, what? You don't know? I was very confused. And then eventually he's like, oh, you mean Poly, Poly. I was like, yeah, Poly, okay? Poly School. So in Korean, Poly, in English, Poly. So to give you some kind of idea on how I got my job, I graduated college in May of 2017, and I didn't get my job until September. Okay, but that final year of college was August to that May. So that's the timeline I'm gonna be working with when I speak right now. So I started my final year of college, got through that first semester. I was like, I am not thinking about anything Korea related until I get through this first semester. I was like, that is a future Brianna problem. Let her handle that. Like, I'm not dealing with it right now. Was that my smartest decision? Probably not, but that's what I did. So I went home for Christmas break, procrastinated some more, and then finally, the last day of Christmas break, started getting serious about getting a job in Korea. So I got a TEFL, like I bought the program to start taking the class for the TEFL. So if you don't know what a TEFL is basically a certificate saying that you took a class to teach English to foreign learners. So I took a 120-hour class online, and it took me, I didn't really get serious about it until the last week maybe. So it took me about a month, but those first 3 weeks I just bought the program and was just sitting on it basically. Like I hadn't really done much. So, I mean, yeah. If you're a procrastinator, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hope for the best for you because I'm also a procrastinator, but it's possible, you can make things happen. But yeah, so the program name, I will put everything in the description box below, but it was global language training, and I would say it was a pretty good program. Like, I learned enough Like, I felt like it was good. I got my money's worth. I got my certificate. Like, everything was good. It wasn't too time consuming, so it was a good program. So I finished my program in January, like at the end of January, chilled February, and then in March, I was like, Brianna, gotta start getting serious about getting this job again. So that's what I did. So I was like, okay, I know I can't apply to jobs by myself, so I need a recruiter. What I would suggest you do is apply to a bunch of recruiters. I would say I applied to like 10-ish, and like I interviewed with about 5. And from those 5, there were 2 that I really liked. Those 2 were Seoul ESL and Travel and Teach Recruiting. Both really great recruiters, I would say. So I'm gonna put the description and the link below, but they both were very good. So after I picked 2 recruiters, they had emailed me or whatever, and they set up an interview. And after I had my interview with them, the interview was very simple. It was basically just questions like, oh, so why do you want to go to Korea and teach? Like, have you been to Korea before? Like, what are your preferences? You want public or private school? Like, those type of questions. And so it was very chill, like, interview. And after that, they're like, okay, we want to work with you. And, excuse me? Oh, I'm so nasally. Yeah, so we want to work with you, and that was that. So they basically emailed me. They're like, here's your account information for our website, and they're basically like, if you need help or any questions, email us. But to be honest, there's really not a ton that we can do until you have your diploma, which I wasn't gonna get until like 2 months after I graduated. So I kept in contact with them as I was finishing up college, like if I had any questions and things like that. And they answered all of them within a very timely manner. And after I graduated, I was able to, within 2 months, get my diploma and all my paperwork together. And after I had my paperwork, that's when things started to get serious. So after I got all my paperwork together, then I emailed them like photocopies of my paperwork. I was like, look, here's all my paperwork. I have my diploma. It's apostilled and notarized. I have my transcripts, all of those documents that you needed. And after I had sent them all of that information, they're like, okay, great, we're gonna start looking for positions for you. So they started looking for positions for me, and what they would do was they would email me. I'm so nasally, I'm sorry. Okay, they would email me job descriptions, and I would email them back and be like, yes, I'm interested in this job, or no, I'm not interested in this job, blah, blah, blah. And Travel and Teach Recruiting, they would always ask me, okay, why aren't you interested in this job, so that we can get a better idea of what was wrong with it and look for jobs that fit your preferences better. So I really like that about them. So of all the jobs that they had sent to me, I interviewed with, I think, 4 maybe, and I eventually ended up picking 1. Then finally, my recruiter sent me the job description for Poli, I don't know which one to call it anymore. Sent me the description for this job. I was like, yes, I want to interview. And he was like, great, I want to interview you tonight. I was like, okay. And so they interviewed me. Within the next day, I knew I had the job. Then I had to like sign the contract really quick. They're like, you need to sign this contract now before they try to hire someone else. I was like, okay, I'm working on it. And from the time I signed the contract, I think there was maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks before I was on a plane leaving to Korea. So it was, everything just happened so quickly. Like once I signed the contract, it was like, they need you right now, so bye. But yeah, that's how I got my job as a teacher. And if I didn't mention, the recruiting company that I ended up like using, and the recruiting company that ultimately got me my job, was Travel and Teach Recruiting. I worked with an awesome recruiter. His name was Nico. He was very open to all of my preferences because I was being quite picky. Like I was also trying to teach with one of my friends. And so, yeah, I was being rather picky about things, and he was great with it. Like he's like, okay, yes, these are your preferences, and we're gonna work as best as possible to make sure that your like preferences are met. And so it was great. So I would highly suggest working with Travel and Teach Recruiting. They were wonderful, So yeah, if you have any questions or have any videos that you would like to see, please let me know. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So if you like this video and like to see more videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later.